I thought we did a good job. I thought we went out and executed what we were supposed to do. Scored a lot of points. We were consistent. We didn't make many mistakes. We didn't beat ourselves. So I thought it was a very clean game.
Obviously, 81 points isn't going to happen every week, but you feel like this is a clear indication of what your offense can be like and how explosive they can be?
Yeah, I think when we just do what we're supposed to do what we're coached to do, go out and execute. I think that's what we can do. Obviously, situation changes and stuff like that, but obviously when you go out there and do your best and play the best you can play, things like that can happen.
Well, on those two long runs by Bucky, on that second one anyways, it looked like you were the only one in position that might be able to track him down. What are your thoughts on the game he had in those two big runs and how that sets him up for the season?
Well, he plays really good. He's a very good, consistent running back. He's explosive. He does stuff like that all the time. Mainly on those two, I just wanted to show that I was faster than he was and get my GPS number higher so I can rub it in. But he does a good job. I mean, he's one of the best running backs in the country. He proved it today, and he's going to just continue to have a good year.
I think it was 81 points is a modern era scoring record for this team. Is that something you take pride in doing today?
Yeah, I think that's special. For this offense, for this group, it means a lot to us, and that's our goal each game. It's definitely something that means a lot to us.
I think it was 6 total touchdowns between all the running backs that played today. How much pressure does that take off of your shoulders when you got a running back room that can score at that level?
Yeah, I mean, they just they weren't going down. They were running to score. They were running violently. They did a really good job. That room's going to be special. Got to continue to get better. So we can continue to do things like that. But overall, very pleased with that group, and thought they had a really good game.
First game, and obviously there's a lot more to be played, but your thoughts on the offensive line and just the job that they've done protecting you. There's a lot of questions outside the program, just how good they could be for you guys with so many new starters.
Yeah, I mean, they did a great job tonight. Kept the pocket clean, kept everybody, up and running. We were able to run the ball, and that's always positive. And then, we did a good job in protections in the pass game. And those guys, a lot of them have actually played a lot. They're just starting to mesh together, and I think the more we play, the better they're going to get.
The wide receiving room seems a lot more stacked this year. Do you feel more confident, or is it just kind of coming back next year from last year? It's like Franklin to you. Is there just a confidence, or is there something extra with the players this year that you've added?
Well, I think that's just another really solid group that we have. They're special. They can make explosive plays. Obviously with Troy being the veteran guy that was here last year, he does a lot for that room, and he performed well tonight. And so we count on him to do that. And then the other guys around him, Gary had a great game being his first game. Trey, Sean, and Tez, they just very consistent. So, those guys will continue to get better, and then we'll have some guys step up as the year goes on, I'm sure. And then, they do their job, and they continue to impress and make big plays.
How do you feel about the performance of Ty Thompson today? He looked a lot more comfortable than we've seen him in the past. What do you think about him?
Well, I think that was just, that's Ty. I think when he got out there and had an opportunity, he made the most of it. And he hasn't always had the best situations, and today was a really good situation for him. I think he showed that, he can go out there and play with anybody. And, Ty's a great guy. He works hard. He does what he's supposed to do. It means a lot to him. He cares a lot. And, I think that if situations were different, he'd be a great quarterback.
As a player who has a lot of experience, you had a lot of freshmen play today. Just how crucial is that experience going to be as you guys go throughout the season and as you leave the program and move on, for them to have that experience that they got today?
It's always good for freshmen to play. It's always good to get guys that don't typically play a lot, don't necessarily have a role maybe with the ones, but those guys that can come off the bench and play really good and provide some depth for us. I think the more you can get those guys in, the better that our team's going to be.
The biggest question, what were your thoughts on the Ducks' performance today?
Overall, I mean, we played very clean. We stopped them on defense. We did really good in special teams. I thought we handled field position really well. We controlled the ball on offense. We moved it. We had a lot of explosive plays. We played clean. We didn't have a lot of penalties, and overall we did what we were supposed to do. And in a game like that, that's what we wanted. We wanted to come out and really get going and start fast because we got a tough schedule, and we want to be sure that we go ahead and put a lot together and have a lot of experience on the front end.
So I met the mascot actually, but
Oh, you did?
yeah.
Yeah. How many push-ups did he end up doing?
546.
Well, he probably got to doing half push-ups at the end. Probably. That's a lot of push-ups. I wouldn't be doing 500 and something push-ups. So props to him. And I guess that's the only negative in a day like today.
Were there more pop passes today than at times? I mean, you guys did them a little bit last season, but it seemed like there were a couple that hit some pretty big gains today. Was that just part of the plan, or is that by happenstance? Or
Yeah, I think that just happens. We wanted to get the ball on the perimeter, quickly in the guy's hands so that we could, block on the perimeter and get some easy yards. And, those are just hit and run plays. If they don't want to, have leverage or numbers over there on one side, we'll throw it over there. And it helps the run game a lot. It gets those guys spread out so we can hit some creases inside.
You talked about special teams. How big was that fumble recovery by Bryce Retcher to be able for him to do that, in his home state as well?
Yeah, it was huge. Bryce is a guy that does a really good job when his number's called. It means a lot to him. He gives great effort all the time. And so that was a huge play. He got an explosive play, got a turnover on special teams, which is what one of our goals are, is we want to get special teams turnovers. We want to have good, field position, and that's a battle that we try to win. And so he did a really good job with that, and hopefully that'll carry over and we can get some more in the future.
thanks, Bo.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it.